Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
In the news tonight, NFP says it will consider coalition with any party. FLP's manifesto focuses on the poor. And malicious, twisted people continue online threats.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The National Federation Party says it will not rule out talking to any political party in forming a coalition after the election. Speaking at a rally in Nausori last night, NFP leader Biman Prasad said they will talk to all parties in contention to form the next government if the need arises. This, he says, that includes Fiji First, a party with which the NFP has never seen eye to eye. Savaira Thumbor reports.
The NFP leader making it clear to his supporters that they have not as yet decided on their stand for a post-election coalition.
It is actually quite silly for people to keep asking us, whom are we going to form a coalition after the election? It's like saying, go behind the voters and make a decision.
Prasad also for the first time publicly revealing that his party stands ready to talk to all parties post-election if push came to shove to form the next government.
Which party, if we have to go to, will ensure that some of our policies that we have been campaigning on will be respected. And we are not ruling out talks with any political party. And as I said, I will have no hesitation to talk to any political party leader in the interest of the nation when the time comes, including Mr. Frank Bainimarama.
The NFP maintaining its stance of introducing a minimum wage rate despite the backlash from employers in recent days. Prasad saying they have worked out a solution to ensure there are no job losses with the increased minimum wage for unskilled workers.
When we get into government, we will have a very honest conversation. We will want the employers who claim that they can't pay, open up your books. Tell us why you can't pay. Tell us how much profit you make.
The NFP is also tonight launching its manifesto in Osori, which will contain all policies the party will bring in should it form the next government. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
We now join Anna Ravulo, who is in Nausori, to witness the launch of the NFP manifesto. Anna, what is the atmosphere like in Vunimono?
Well, Jackie, I'm here at the Vunimono Hall in Nausori, and this is definitely a big venue, which means that the National Federation Party is expecting a large crowd. Now, it's quite empty at the moment and people are coming in, but that could change given that the manifesto, the much-awaited manifesto, will be launched at 7:30 tonight. Now, one of the things the National Federation Party is very persistent about is the reduction of VAT in 15 food price items, which could increase to more, but we'll have to wait and see. And there could be other surprises as well, which includes the how much pensioners could be getting and also the benefit farmers will be getting as well, but we will have to wait and see.
Thanks so much for that update, Anna. The Fiji Labour Party launched their manifesto in Suva today, highlighting some of their key policies. Party Parliamentary Leader Aman Ravindra Singh says if they form the next government, among their policies are some that will incorporate the economy, cost of living and workers' rights. Kritika Kumar reports.
Our voices
the FLP Parliamentary Leader says if they form a government, they will govern the state under a system of democracy.
Everywhere we go in this country, people continue to remind us that they are scared. This is no democracy.
Party Leader Mahendra Chaudhary says if FLP comes in power, they will revitalize Fiji's rural economy and treat it as a matter of urgency.
The manifesto focuses on meeting the needs and aspirations of the masses, the poor, the workers, farmers, villagers, and those in the rural and urban settlements.
Chaudhary also highlighted sub-initiatives that the party is proposing.
We're saying it will bring down the cost of business, will bring down the cost of utilities, electricity, telecom, will be reduced, various hidden charges and levies
He says Labour will further extend the list of food, medicine and consumer items to zero rated under VAT, and the party will make sure all baby foods are zero rated. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, along with Women in Business, has shot back at the derogatory comment made by former provisional candidate of the NFP and party supporter Feroz Ghulam Mohammed. Mohammed called veteran radio personality Shami Lochin the equivalent to a lying female dog on his Facebook account following her radio interview with NFP leader Professor Biman Prasad. Rachel Nath reports those insulting words are not a slander on Lochin, but on all women.
This is an offensive, insulting and disgusting attack on women in general.
Refusing to sit back and allow social media trolls to make defamatory comments, the Broadcasting House has taken action against Feroz Ghulam Mohammed. FBC is also calling on NFP to step up against such comments.
I think all of Fiji, including Mr. Feroz Ghulam Mohammed's NFP party, should express absolute contempt for such filthy and derogatory comments made by this man against a respected woman of such dignity and poise.
NFP leader Professor Biman Prasad has made it clear that Feroz is no longer a candidate of the party and they do not want to talk about his insulting comments. Mohammed was unreachable for a comment. Lochin, who is a well-established name in the radio industry, is also a member of the Women in Business, and President Dr. Nurbano Ali has labelled these comments by Feroz as attacks on a woman's dignity and respectability.
It's despicable, it's misogynistic, it's hateful, and it's just should be condemned at the highest level. Should be condemned at the highest level and should not be encouraged.
The Fiji Women's Crisis Centre has also condemned the attacks by Feroz.
This is totally unacceptable and no one should be doing that. But what happens is because of the nature, patriarchal nature of our society, men often find it easier to attack women.
Dr. Ali says this behaviour by Feroz displays a caveman's mentality and Fiji has gone way beyond it. Hence, she is calling on every Fijian to reject such disgusting comments. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
As the country prepares for the 2018 general election, issues of people being threatened online for their political views have surfaced. Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission Director Ashwin Raj says such threats are unacceptable, showing that the people who send them are shallow-minded. Catherine Krishna reports.
And I don't know whether
the Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission says it will work with other law agencies to investigate online threats.
We need vigilance on the part of, the public, law enforcement agencies. We all have a part to play. So let's not condone any act of violence. Bring it to the attention of the authorities so that we can move swiftly and act on it.
Raj has made the Commission's stand on such threats very clear.
You cannot build democracy on fear. And the people of this country are far more vigilant now than ever. They're active, they're asking deep and critical questions. You won't be able to put them down for too long.
Police spokesperson Ananay Soro says complaints received relating to any sort of threats are taken seriously and given priority.
We have, issued the numbers of the divisional police commanders who are accessible on 24-hour basis if they have concerns or if they have complaints against the services of police officers serving in their area. We also have our internal affairs department who looks into complaints against police officers and complaints against our services.
During a Fiji First campaign earlier this week in Lautoka, a citizen had raised concerns with the party General Secretary Ayaz Said Kayum that someone had threatened her along with her two daughters. Police confirmed receiving an official complaint and are addressing the matter. Meanwhile, the Commission says every Fijian has the right to exercise a freedom of expression and political participation without fear. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The Fijian Elections Office last night began packing election material for polling venues for Election Day. With oversight from party agents and the multinational observer group, FEO staff last night began packing the necessary material which will be required at polling venues for voting on Election Day. Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Saneem says they're starting with the Northern Division first before they move on to other divisions to ensure that all material will reach their designated destinations well ahead of time.
The checking for Election Day materials will be including the ballot papers, the number of the protocols of results, as well as the indelible link, etc. So that's what we will be doing from today, and we will continue packing until we have finished packing all the divisions.
Still to come, RFMF prepares for cyclone season. And fireworks retailers watch closely. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, gongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya uvasit sai sa ilambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM nambang dua na sere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevang go fane na tao ne go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM nambang dua na sere.
The Fiji military force has already put in place strategies in case a cyclone hits from November to April. RFMF Commander Rear Admiral William Poto has confirmed the troops are on exercises covering both their role as security and also their response to disaster when it happens. Savaira Tambor reports.
Rear Admiral William Poto says the 3 FIR battalion based in the Northern Division looks at various scenarios on how the military can quickly respond to a natural disaster.
We are very conscious of the fact that our country, the two main islands especially, we are linked with a few bridges that if they drop, our lines of communication also drops. So we practice and make sure that when disasters happen, that we are not held to ransom by these bridges if they fall. So we look at how we disposition ourselves.
As cyclone season begins, the Natural Disaster and Management Office Permanent Secretary Melet Imbanimarama says the National Disaster Awareness Week is a very informative program.
Everybody is made aware of the starting of the cyclone season and also made aware on measures that they need to put in place.
The public is advised that even though the general election is just around the corner, one should not forget that we are now in the cyclone season. Savaira Tambor, FBC News.
The Mineral Resources Ministry is currently monitoring the licensing and compliance of retailers selling fireworks for Diwali. Permanent Secretary Malakai Finau says 3 groups of 10 officers are undertaking the surveillance to ensure all retailers stay within the law and customers buy the best for this festive season. Sainian Imboilo reports.
With 6 more days to Diwali, the Mineral Resources Ministry is making a major effort to enable customers to buy from certified retailers.
At the moment, our officers are doing the inspections of the retailers to ensure that they are properly licensed. The advice to the members of the public are to buy from the proper sellers of firecrackers. They should have their certification license displayed.
Traders are warned by the price control watchdog to move away from recycling old stock of fireworks.
The shelf life of fireworks is quite long, but you must ensure whatever you're selling is of merchantable quality. So if you have fireworks that were exposed to moisture, if they've got wet, you should not just put them out for sale.
As the Festival of Lights draw closer, more customers flood shops and supermarkets to buy their fireworks.
It's okay. Every year it keeps them going up and down. So we have to just manage it out the way it should be and celebrate Diwali the best way it should do.
I think it's a bit cheaper compared to last year. It's more cheaper compared to last year. Good, really good.
Cheaper than last year, and there is a lot more variety than what we had last year.
Fireworks are permitted between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. on any other day. On Diwali Day, the permitted usage time is between 5 p.m. and 12 midnight. Sainian Imboilo, FBC News.
The Ministry of Trade continues to receive increased interest in the Micro and Small Business Grant Initiative. To date, the Ministry has received an overwhelming 47,045 applications from around the country. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
Since its inception in 2015, the Micro and Small Business Initiative has provided up to $1,000 grants to entrepreneurs who wish to start their businesses or boost their existing business venture.
I will use the grant to purchase a grass cutter as well as equipment and materials for my farm so I can transport my produce from the farm to the main road.
I got this grant for the machine, sewing machine. I want to start up a sewing business.
Yesterday, 1,527 micro and small entrepreneurs received their grants in Lambasa. This brings to 10,774 the number of businesses in Lambasa that have been assisted under the MSB grant scheme during this financial year.
This figure shows the high level of interest in the province of Maduata to start or to expand a business, and I personally commend the effort that has been made.
Minister for Trade Fayaz Koya says through the MSBG initiative, the ministry has seen the emergence of many new and innovative ideas. Yesterday's grant payout is the second for Lambasa this week and is the 40th phase of disbursement since 2015. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
We're only 48 hours away from the race that will stop you in your tracks if you happen to be at Silver's Albert Park on Saturday. It's that time of the year again when the annual Today FM Stiletto Relay Race for Cancer will take place. Today FM's midday thrill host, Jane Vavaitamana, says while more than a dozen teams have already registered, you can still get in on the thrills and spills and register your team. It's all for a worthy cause, with proceeds from the race going to the Fiji Cancer Society.
7 a.m. registration close at this Saturday, and even if you do not want to take part, you can come on down and support, but we do urge you to register 4-member squad.
Coming up in sports later with Jamie, FRU hopes to extend National Rugby Championship deal with ARU. But before that, here's Rachel with all the day's business updates.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, Fiji's largest annual trade show underway. And in growing Fiji, new health centre opens in Nakasi. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic.
In business tonight, the HOTEC event, which is the country's largest annual trade show, started in Denara Nandi today with more than 40 exhibitors. The show provides maximum exposure and interaction for local and international suppliers to the hospitality industry. Philip Nakaso reports this will maximize interaction with stakeholders.
The annual trade show will ensure the exhibitors meet potential customers or suppliers, engage in business networking opportunities, and build a more impressive reputation within the tourism industry.
A lot of the people are here also because it's an area where a lot of people come to one place to get as much information on things that can assist in their tourism business. And I guess a lot of the companies here are competitors as well, so if you're not here, your competitor could benefit as a result.
Some exhibitors will also push for more opportunities of local farmers to enter into the tourism market.
The barrier is the use of our local food in the hotel, restaurant, and hotel. The only way to do that is to bring in an international chef to change the method. The use of local food in tourism, restaurant, tourism food industry.
The Ministry of Agriculture, we've been working with them to get more local produce into our menus and into our hotels.
The two-day workshop will also cater for other workshops and several awareness sessions. Philip Nakaso, FBC News.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money world.
Looking at the top news in the financial markets, Australia's September surplus came in slightly above 3 million today, helped by rising export prices for iron ore, minerals and fuel. Their total exports were up by 1%, however a 1% drop in imports was the surprising factor. Meanwhile, the US dollar is trading higher, supported by the ADP National Employment Report. The data showed the US private sector payrolls increased in October by the most in 8 months, confirming that the economy continues to grow at a relatively robust rate. In other news, the Eurozone CPI accelerated to an annual 2.2% in October, with the unemployment rate remaining unchanged at 8.1% in September. Tomorrow, traders will closely watch the Bank of England's monetary policy decision to determine further the outlook for the UK economy. And that's it from HFC Bank for now. Finaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to the exchange rates. As it was set this morning, the Fiji dollar lost some of its gains against the rising US dollar as well as the Chinese yuan, but rose against the Aussie and the Kiwi dollar, as well as the euro, slipping slightly against the kina and the yen. As for the commodities market, the price of oil continued to fall at $65 per barrel. Gold was down at $1,217 an ounce, and silver closed at $14.31 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, good news for people living in the Nakasi area who now have a new health centre. More than 25,000 people are expected to benefit from the new facility, bringing health services closer to their homes. Anna Ruvulo reports.
People living in the Nakasi area will no longer have to travel far to get medical services.
The Nakasi Health Centre will change the face of health centre for tens of thousands of Fijians who will utilize its services. The quality of this facility and the many services and treatments that it will offer will continue to fuel Nakasi's status as the bustling hive of activity.
The new $6.7 million health centre will cover health services for all, from infants to the elderly.
The health centre also is designed to provide a wide range of services, from integrated management of childhood illnesses, to women's health, to emergency services, and of course to special clinics for the treatment of NCDs.
Prime Minister Voreke Bainimarama says they will not mislead any Fijian when it comes to development just to get their votes.
In the weeks before an election, it's no surprise to see desperate politicians making irresponsible and reckless promises in an attempt to confuse the public and earn a few votes. My government will never make promises that it cannot keep. The stakes are far too high to mislead the Fijian people about what is possible just for the sake of winning votes.
The new Nakasi Health Centre will have 2 doctors with more than 8 nurses. Anna Ruvulo, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening in sports tonight. Paula and Ranisi likely to captain Fiji at Oceania Sevens, and local punters ready for Melbourne Cup. There's and more after the break.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways men's sevens forward Paula Ranisi is likely to captain the national team in the Oceania Sevens at ANZ Stadium in Suva next weekend. In a private function today, Coach Gareth Beba, Ranisi and the extended Fiji Seven squad presented the Heitatau to President Major General retired Chiochi Konrote. With the current extended squad, 13 will play at the Oceania Sevens, while another 13-man team will travel to Japan to participate in an invitational tournament.
Gentlemen, I wish you all the very best in your matches, both in Japan and here in Suva in the coming week. It's going to be a very busy week for all of you. I can imagine that the coach and officials have a mammoth task ahead of them to select the final pool.
The Fiji Rugby Union hopes the Fiji Airways Ndrua will be offered an extension to stay in Australia's National Rugby Championship when their agreement with the ARU comes to an end next year. FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor says if the Ndrua continues to perform as it has, they expect the agreement to be extended.
I think if the boys continue to perform, hopefully Rugby Australia will continue to to extend our contract with them. But we're doing the best that we can. The boys are performing on the field, and we'll see what happens after next year's competition.
New Zealand's 7-star and Auckland Rugby winger Celeste Rayasi is looking forward to making his debut for the Hurricanes in Super Rugby next season. Rayasi is the son of former flying Fijian Felipe Rayasi, who played for Fiji from 1994 to 1997. Expected 2018 Melbourne Cup buzz to light up when the final field of 24 is confirmed on Saturday. Grants Betting Fiji Operations Manager Vijendra Sundar says there's a lot of interest from local punters as they all wait for the final field to place their bets. Meli Tavanga with more.
The excitement over Australia's most popular horse race has started to hype up our local punters as we draw closer to the much-awaited day.
The Melbourne Cup itself, when people hear about Melbourne Cup, and it's a race that stops our nation and people start talking about it. And Melbourne Cup in Fiji is really hyped up, and people, they look forward for Melbourne Cup, the last 24 horses field, the final field.
Sundar says they're in the process of completing logistics and paperwork regarding the race.
When we talk about betting, it's not something that big amount people will bet. Sometimes they bet for 50 cents, $1, $2 like that. But it just gives you a different excitement when you put some money on a horse and you watch the Melbourne Cup race running. So it's a different atmosphere and a different excitement altogether.
FBC Sports also talked to a few punters on how excited they are about the upcoming race.
Still waiting for the Saturday race, for the qualifier. And the last field will come out from Saturday. Then I can pick my horse from there.
I've been bet for maybe 16 years. I've bet in 16 Melbourne Cups. So we are waiting for the good race, maybe this next week, on Tuesday.
The Melbourne Cup runs next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Chelsea knocked out Derby 3-2 in the Carabao Cup 4th round this morning. All 5 goals were scored in a frantic first half, including 2 own goals from Frank Lampard's Derby. That's it from sports tonight. Join Angie later on with weather, and in our new media segment, some tips and tricks for taking photos on an iPhone. That's coming up.
Narang golesenya, Obama kita nakas, dorong bina kape on radio Fijuan, nandong mebit.
Ayaw benyana, dito barongon radio Fijuan, nandong mebisi, hingatoka.
Guado ilaisa hingatoka, rong bina na heramakawa ina radio Fijuan hingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, nandong mebiti.
If you're an iPhone user and still looking for ways to get that perfect shot, our new media tonight will show you 3 hidden features on the iPhone camera that will get you those likes and shares. Weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope you're setting your mood right as we're nearing the weekend and the year. It's November 1st today. Well, how quick. On the other side of things, the weather is quite changeable at this stage. After so much sunshine, we had cloudy spells over a few places in the country. Let's quickly take a look in the west. It was a mix of sun and clouds, little humid as well. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, it was mainly cloudy with showers indicated for later tonight. And up north, overcast conditions followed by showers. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 1:33 a.m. with low tide at 7:37 a.m. Sunrise at 5:27. For tomorrow, hello Friday, but showers will occupy, so expect more showers than sunshine. Tourist temps, most centers will range in the higher 20 degrees. And looking further on to Saturday, there will be a mix of conditions, but don't let that spoil anything you planned off. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji on Pulse tonight, we asked, what do you think of the level of debate between the political parties in the lead up to the general election?
What I've seen is there have been lots of criticism between politicians themselves. They put each other down and they hardly say good stuff about other parties.
The campaigns have shown that most of them are really childish. Because of that, even now I don't know which party or candidate to vote for.
Most of them are just criticizing each other and claiming these government lies and they have stolen money. But no one is coming forward to say good policies that will help our government.
The campaigns happening around the country are not giving us any confirmation on which party to lend our support to.
I'm not all with them because I think we're talking about against each other, and that's not the way I think it should be.
Oh, Fiji First is a very good party. He's doing very good in Fiji. Everything free, school children, bus fare free.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, NFP says it will consider coalition with any party. FLP's manifesto focuses on the poor. And malicious, twisted people continue online threats. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should more focus be put on local players following the Fiji Drewers NRC win? Visit our FBC website to answer. Our shot of the day was taken in Biaungunu, Sangani, Dhakanrove in the beautiful north. Women spending their day fishing for their daily consumption. This was sent in by Watisoni. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।